All right, so I guess we are live now. So hello, my name is Josue Velasquez. I'm the Executive Director of the SCM program.
Hi, my name is Gabby Lamas. I am a current student of the residential program.
Yes, so we are here to talk about the admissions process also for the SCM residential program, and also to talk a little bit about how the program is organized, what is the curriculum, what is the general the experience that you have, or you may have if you are part of the program, so different things. So that's why also I decided to invite Gabby to come here. Gabby is one of our ambassadors, and she's super active, doing great things. So I'm very happy to start now. So we have already all set. Yes, thank you. Sam, so we're all set. So let me now go and share the slide deck that we have. Just 1 second. We are using Mac computer and I'm not very familiar. All right, so here we are with the slide. So this is the outline for the session. We are going to talk mainly why choose the MIT SCM master's program. We are going to work through the program, the curriculum, brief overview, a little bit of the MIT experience, and all these parts I will allow Gabby also to share part of her experiences now as part of this cohort. Then professional development. I know that some of you always have some questions regarding the future. Once you are an alum of the program, what are the job opportunities and different things. And then we will go to the application and admissions information. And then we will also be ready for your questions. And by the way, you can always, if you have any questions, you can just type the questions in the chat, and we will be ready to respond at any time. All right. So first, let me start by talking about the MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. As you know, the MIT has been ranked for the last almost 10 years as the #1 university in the world. And one of the things that actually drives our, let's say, our vision or purpose is related to what we see in the logo. For instance, here we have mens et manus, which means mind and hand. So how we can translate the knowledge into applications that are going to serve the nation and also the world using the technology, using the engineering knowledge, right? Now, there is just a fragment that I like always to share with everybody, the fragment of the vision that President Reif has shared with us. At MIT, we seek to develop in all the community the ability and passion to work wisely, creatively, and effectively for the betterment of humankind. So the purpose is to create value for society and solve the problems of humanity. And that's why we align always our programs and our research in order to be able to tackle this big challenge. And also, well, in this case, the SCM program is pretty much aligned with all of this. Some numbers, as I said before, ranked #1 university based in the QS ranking. Also, we are one of the universities with a lot of Nobel Prizes winners. And also, when you just take the information about the alumni, just taking into account that this is a university that is 150 plus years of existence, is not really old compared to other universities in the world. If you will just put all the alums into a region, just considering all the revenue they generate based on their innovations, their companies, startups, all the contributions they do to the economy, it will be the 10th largest economy in the world, right? So this is quite impressive, and this also says a lot about the type of opportunities you get once you are in the job market. Just to introduce very briefly, we are the Center for Transportation and Logistics. This belongs to the School of Engineering. So let me see, because I believe there are questions here. Let me check chat. Let me see. Yes. So we will cover it. I'm sorry. Now I have the chat. So I want just to make sure that we are watching your questions. So these are related to the SCM, the research focus. So we will cover all of this. But thank you. So if you have more, you can start typing, right? But let me just go back and just again start with the definition or the description of the center. So we are CTL. This center belongs to the School of Engineering and has a very short but very powerful mission, which is to create supply chain innovation and drive it into practice. The center has three big dimensions, big circles. one that leads with all the outreach. This is very important because we are a center that 95% of all the funds are actually coming to the partnership of companies that are sponsoring their research, but also all the work that we do in education. So outreach is very important. We also have the research part, which is the essence, right? As you know, MIT is a research-oriented university. So we have very innovative research groups, labs, initiatives that are focused on different topics on the field of logistics supply chain management related to digital supply chain transformation, sustainability, humanitarian supply chain operations, last mile delivery, visualization, and different things. Right? So I will mention briefly all of this later, but those contents that are developed in the research are mainly done with partnership with industry, and this is also part of the curriculum of the next circle, which is the education. And in the education, the largest and probably the most relevant program is actually the supply chain management program. So we have the master's program that we have two, residential and blended. And the residential, as you know, is a 10-month program. And this is the one that we are presenting now. We also have the blended, but this is the one that is designed for students that are completing the MicroMasters, the online courses, and they may apply to the program, and if they are admitted, they just come for 6 months. But the one that we are talking now is residential, which is the one that is being part of CTL for over 20 years. We have also the MicroMasters, as I just said before. This is a program that is built in the platform of edX, and students can take 5 courses, do also a comprehensive final exam, and then gain a certificate in MicroMasters in supply chain management. And we have, of course, executive education and a PhD in logistics. Now, the CTL, as you know, is also the headquarters of what we call the SCALE network. SCALE stands for Supply Chain and Logistics Excellence, and refers to all these centers of excellence, which are, in a way, a replicate of what CTL does. So we have CTL, but also we have one in Bogota, Colombia, CLI, Center for Latin American Logistics Innovation. We have another one that is in Zaragoza Logistics Center, Spain. We have another one in Luxembourg, which is the Luxembourg Supply Chain Innovation. And also we have 2 more that are in Asia, one that is in Ningbo, Ningbo Institute for Supply Chain Innovation, and also in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, which is also Malaysia Institute for Supply Chain Innovation. So all these centers are also offering these 3 big circles, which is related to the education program, the master's program in supply chain management, also the corporate partnership, and also a research agenda that is pretty much aligned with what are the needs of those regions. Now, this is the MIT SCM program. As I said before, the program was conceived 20 years ago. And since then, since the inception of the program, it's been always the top of all the programs in the world in supply chain management, mainly because of course, the quality of the students that are part of the program, which is now the case, of course, of Gabi that is here with me, but also because of the huge engagement we have with the industry, so that we can really react extremely fast and adapt the curriculum to the needs of the top companies in the world. And this gives us a lot of advantage in general compared to other programs, the way that we react very fast, the way that also the electives are built with the knowledge and research that other colleagues here at the center are also developing currently with companies. So students get the chance to really deal with problems that are now building the future of supply chain management and logistics. So we have a very interesting network, but yeah, so this is the group, the SCM program, as I said before. We have the residential blended program. We have a group of postdocs and research scientists that also work advising the projects, staff, academic administrators for blended residential, Justin Robert, Maria, the executive director of the blended, Len Morrison, which is also in charge of all the career development and alumni relationships, and our RN Bonnie for marketing, etc. So, okay, so I talked a lot about this. I don't know, yes, Gabi, if you would like to say something. Am I missing something about the program that you would like to say?
Not yet. I think we're going to cover everything.
Okay, so we will move on. Now, the program, this is how it is. So once you do all the admission process. And imagine now you are admitted to the program. Everything starts with an onboarding period between March and July, right? So this is in the spring and a little bit of the summer. And during this period, we start working, with the assignment of the capstone projects. You are prepared to also take a analytical exam, that some of you have been working in the industry. So the profile of the students usually goes from, 2-3 years of working experience from different backgrounds. But in general, we receive probably 60-70% of the students with engineering background. But there is no restraining that. And the idea is that some of you are quite familiar with taking exams, right? But some of you have been probably working in the industry for 4, 5, 6 years. So what was your case, by the way?
I was working for 6 years before I applied.
6 years, so imagine.
I was very far away from taking an exam.
Yes. So,
I needed to relearn those skills.
And this is actually one of the reasons why we have this analytical exam. So we try to, do a warm-up period in the orientation so that you guys later can, when you enter to the fall semester, are ready to take exams in a way like you were used to when you were in undergrad. So now orientation, then we go to the fall semester. And in the fall semester, now we have at the beginning something that we call the IAP, the Scale Conference or Scale Connect. So we bring all the students from the Scale programs, approximately 200 students join for 3 weeks here at MIT. And during those periods, we have very interesting activities. So Gabby actually hasn't experienced that yet. This is going to happen this January, but in this period, we have, industry speakers, MIT speakers as well. We have competitions, organized by the Association of Supply Chain Management Professionals, previously APICS. We have also Lamasoft. For those that are in the field, know that this is the state-of-the-art software company that develops decision support systems for logistics and supply chain management. And we have competitions and supply chain games, and also one of the big events, which is a research expo, right, in which all the students present their research projects, and we have, a lot of corporate partners joining to see the presentations. We have media, like in previous years. We have the Wall Street Journal. We also have the Supply Chain Management Review. We have different people coming here. So it's really a big event, and the idea is also to build a strong network with the rest of the Scale programs. Then we start the spring semester in that case, and here we have also of course classes, but also one of the most interesting experiences study treks. We actually have treks in which students go to Panama to see all the operations of logistics and different ports. Other students go to the Bay Area, which is also quite interesting because we visit Google, Flex, Niagara, super interesting also companies. And we have also alumni events, so you actually get a chance to build your network also with alums that are in the region. And the same also with Seattle, so we go to Amazon, Nike, Adidas, and becomes really an interesting experience. And also to say that during the spring semester, then we are now blended with the blended students, right? So the students that are coming through the MicroMasters and they are, now admitted to the program, they join in January, but also February to take courses now. And then together we just become the SCM program, right? Residential plus blended students.
Yeah, and just to add here, so it's a quick year. It goes by very, very quick. We're finishing up fall. Today is actually my last exam of the semester, which is crazy to think how fast it's gone. But it's a packed year. It's very efficient. It was one of the reasons why I even applied to this program, is because I knew what I was going to be able to get out of it. The program does not waste any time. You get to meet so many people. You jump in with classes. You are networking. It's such a small group, though, so you really feel you have the opportunity to actually make really lifelong relationships, not only with the people here, but also with the people within MIT, because within orientation and the semester itself, there's so many different activities and opportunities that you really have. And I cannot wait for the expo coming in January. It's something that we've been preparing for, and we can't wait to meet everyone else from around the globe. It's just one more additional opportunity that we're about to experience. And I think it's a really cool cool note about this program that they're able to facilitate all of that within this quick year.
Yep, absolutely. Just to say, maybe it's a good time also to answer some of the questions.
Yeah.
So let's take a pause. So I see, well, kindly share your views regarding the program. If someone is interested to pursue Master of Engineering with a research focus, kindly take this question anytime during the webinar. Yeah, we have actually a couple slides showing, but just to give you a quick answer on this, definitely we have the option for the Master of Applied Science and also Master of Engineering. The Master of Applied Science, the main distinction is that you do a capstone project instead of doing a thesis project. Mm-hmm. Now, the capstone still is a research-oriented project, so you're going to develop research skills to do it. It's mainly sponsored by a company. Mm-hmm. So during that, during the orientation period, the companies come to the center and they pitch their projects to try to, you know, get the best students to select their project. And we do a bidding process, also based on your performance in the analytical exam. And when we do also matching the preferences to get the students to different projects. But in that period, then we work on the project. The project is with a lot of emphasis in solving this challenge with the company and also building managerial implications. Yeah. Now, with the thesis, it's different. In the thesis, by the way, in the capstone project, you work in pairs, right? Yes. So you have another partner, and then you get also to exchange interact. Now, in the thesis, you are on your own. And this is a lot with pretty much research focus, more like an academic work. So what in the other, the emphasis is to solve the problem for the industry. In this one, you are going to still solve a problem, but the focus will be more the way you are going to generalize the results to cover a gap that exists in the research literature. So this is very tricky because now you need to find that the problem is quite novel, or the methodology you're applying, right, or the implications, the managerial insights you are getting out of the project, how they contribute to the research community. Yes. Right? Now, the reality is this. We actually have built the program, the SCM program, based on a profile of students that are more driven by working in the industry. You know, they usually have a lot of presence, like you can see here, Gabby, right? Great communication skills. You know, people that can relate with other people. They have definitely quantitative skills as well. But the profile is you guys are expected to be the leaders in the world that are going to drive change and are going to make a difference. So this is why we have developed also this curriculum, this engagement with the industry. Now the Master of Engineering is more for those that are aiming for an academic career. That doesn't mean inside MIT. That requires other things for MIT. But if you want to in the future see yourself either pursuing a PhD or you know, becoming a researcher, you know, it's not necessarily that bad when you see people like me sometimes. I need to cheer for this profession, but the reality is that this is not the design of the program or the purpose of the program. The purpose is how we can make you know, boost your career, go to the industry, and make change, mm-hmm. right? And I will show you. There are some distinctions. The students that take the Master of Engineering get more technical courses, for instance, in machine learning and Python, while in the other you still get it. So Gabby's still working on that. I will
still be taking machine learning, yes.
It's exciting. It's exciting also, that part.
Yeah.
But of course, the emphasis is more from a manager perspective, how you can understand the algorithms, how you can identify better tools to solve specific problems. So it comes more to that level rather than really becoming more like the developer, you know, working with the technical problems. That is a different profile. So yeah, so this is in general the answer for that. I hope that this is clear. If you feel that you have this fit, this profile for the Master of Engineering, of course you are always welcome to apply. But the reality is that probably only 5% of the students, maybe 10% of the students are going to pursue this. The majority is for the other, and that's actually the one that we are trying to incentivize more students to go, because this is the essence of the program. To really work with a company, interact with the students, you know, keep on like the follow-up with the company, discussing the scope. You know, there are a lot of different skills, you know, learning outcomes that are going to be part of this experience working with the capstone, and that's why we really want to emphasize this is the main degree for the supply chain management program, the Master of Applied Science.
I think the next two we're going to get to.
All right. So yeah. So what's the talent qualifications you're looking for this program? Well, you just look at Gabby and then you will get the answer.
We'll talk about it soon.
And hi team, can you please advise on the comparison of MIT Residential 10-month versus 1 year, 2 year? Of course.
We will definitely cover
Yes,
that.
I was actually having a very fun picture, but Gabby said not to show it. Anyway, so here we are. Let me just go back to the slides. All right. So now, yeah. So the degree options actually was here. So I already said all of this, right? So Master of Applied Science is designed for students who wants to take a job in the industry or consulting upon graduation, while in the other is more research focused. And it's still, you're going to look for a job, but you know it is because probably you want to, or you foresee that in the future you're going to work on some academic institution, right?
Yeah. So I'm getting my Master of Applied Science. So I'm working with Johnson & Johnson on my capstone, and I have a partner, and we are tackling one of their specific problems, specifically in their medical device industry. So it's really neat because we're working with real data and learning what that actually means in the industry. And I mean, there's so many of us. We have people working with Niagara. We have people working with Uber, with, oh my goodness, various companies. So it's a very cool experience to do the applied science specifically for that reason. It's really rare that you get to go into a program and get to work with live data because it just really brings a different type of opportunity and realization of what you're actually working with. And you do get to travel and visit these companies, which is another bonus where they actually pay for you to travel. We had, people within my class, we had some people go to Switzerland and to France to go visit their home company just to see where the data was even being collected and really actually to experience the problem more than anything with their host. So that's just a really neat piece about the applied science. That's not something that you're necessarily going to get out of the Master of Engineering. Engineering is more on you.
Nice. Yeah, this is actually a great point. Multiple companies, right? Procter and Gamble,
yes.
UPS, et cetera, right? But this is great. Actually, the engagement is way higher. Nice. So yes. So let me move on. So this is just a picture of the curriculum. So we have 10 months of the program. So during the fall, 6 subjects. The analytical methods, that is also part of the orientation. You have also, the sessions on communications, then the course on logistics systems, which is, one of the most important courses in the master's on supply chain management, and database and data analysis. So actually, Gabby just mentioned something that is really key, which is the work with real data.
Yeah.
And this is a very important skill that, many times we just assume. We always create like these perfect problems, academic examples, in which all the data is just there. You just need to apply a model, then solve it, and then everybody's happy. But in reality, you are required to do a lot of cleaning for the data, to just get that information and make sense out of a stack of this data. It's a very desirable skill for almost any job. And this is something that definitely we are going to emphasize, how you're going to learn how to use these databases, how to conduct some analysis. So there are different tools. You will start with Tableau, and then you are going to move on with other things that are expected to be more sophisticated as well. This is very important feature. And then, of course, financial analysis, writing is also important because you're going to write your capstone or thesis in 10 months. This is an intense program. And the fact that you're doing that in a very short period, it means that you are really required to get a special training so that the quality of your capstone thesis is really high. Because at the end, this is going to stay forever, in the library of MIT. And then maybe later, I don't know, your kids will come and will feel proud of you. So and then we have an IP, 2 main subjects. So all the activities that I described are under leading global teams. So we have a lot of different sessions on leadership, industry speakers, networking, case studies, Lamasoft, different things, right? And then the Python programming. Now, this is, of course, something important. Like in the past, we actually were not teaching almost any course on this. But then things change because every year we meet with our partners, with the corporate partners that are actually sponsoring a lot of our research and also the capstone thesis that we do. And during this session, this was last year, we actually asked them to provide feedback. What are the technical skills and also soft skills that you see that are really needed for your industry, for your sector, company, and activities that you're doing. And the majority actually talked about machine learning, right? Those things related to machine learning, artificial intelligence, a lot of technology. Actually, all the projects that were coming this year, 60-70% were, let's do machine learning, and then later let's find a problem, right? Yeah. So in order to get to that level, we need to make sure that the students have a basic understanding, fundamental, I won't say basic, fundamental understanding on coding, particularly in Python, which is one of the state-of-the-art languages. So everybody is required prior to joining the program to take a pre-course on Python, an online course. Once you are admitted, we will talk about it. But then once you are here, then we have another, a session during IMP, depending on different levels. And then after that, you're going to take in the spring now your machine learning course.
And if I can just add, so it's been a really, for me, this was something that I hadn't really been exposed to prior to actually joining the program. And it not only retrains your way of approaching a problem, especially in today's, I guess, economy and really the problems that we're facing, being able to approach something using the mindset that you need to use to build code for Python or for MySQL or these other databases, it's really important that you develop those skill sets, and that's a really strong component of these subjects. The other great piece is that if you are looking to be managing teams that are going to be using these types of programs, these classes really do focus on giving you that foundation and that fundamental understanding of how to manage those teams. So if you want to be an expert, you're going to become an expert while you're here. If you want to come away knowing what are the most important pieces here, how can I use this, how can I manage teams that are going to be using this, these programs also really do focus on that as well. So you can really get what you need out of them, and they've been structured in a really, really good way.
Nice. Yeah, great point. And yeah, after that, you're going to take the machine learning course, data science and machine learning, as I said, and this is going to be, we believe, way more manageable than previous years, mainly because now the students that are coming, like the case of Gabi, are coming with this background and foundation. Now in the spring is very important because we have, of course, the study tracks, the ones that I described to the Bay Area, Seattle, and also Panama. So it's going to be fun. Where are you going, by the way?
I'm going to Panama.
Panama, that's nice.
Can't wait.
and of course there are some electives, and there are certain options. The most important course is sustainable supply chain management, mainly because I teach that course in the spring. So make sure that you enroll. No, but there are very interesting courses: digital supply chain transformation. There is freight. There is urban logistics. There are procurement. Yeah. And then if I'm missing something, you can check out this in the website. But all these courses are based on research that actually people here at MIT are developing at this present moment, and that puts you also in a better, let's say, state of the art of the knowledge of logistics and supply chain management. Okay, so now the MIT experience. Yeah, we have been talking too much. Probably this is the time for you to talk a little bit about how it's being the life at MIT. And now, actually, the weather is. You came here when the weather was nice.
The weather was beautiful.
Yes, and now the snow has started. So why don't you tell a little bit about the MIT experience?
Yeah, so life at MIT. So I've lived before here. So I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia. Lived in a couple different countries, but most recently, I actually moved from New Jersey up to Boston. So I'd never been to Boston prior to moving here to start at MIT. It's been an absolute blast. We start the program in August. The weather is beautiful. Boston is so much fun. What's cool about Boston is Boston experiences every single season, and they're really good about saving the activities per season. So we really got to kind of end out the summer activities, and then we got to enjoy all of the fall activities that involve, apple picking and then driving around and seeing all the changing colors of the leaves, and, really just visiting Cape Cod and going, to Providence, Rhode Island, and, doing all those road trips to go hiking. Those are just some of the really fun activities around here. And then Boston itself is just filled with activities, really all during the week, and especially during the weekend. Everyone seems to be outside. MIT is located on the Charles River. For those that don't know, it's a beautiful location in Boston. Personally, I love being close to the water. I live on campus, and my housing is right on Charles River. So it's, my windows overlook the river, so it's awesome. My husband and I absolutely love that apartment. But yeah, so people are constantly running, they're biking, we have people that got certified to do sailing. So people were doing that a lot when it was warmer. There's intramurals and everything. So if you're into sports, can't really do better than to come to Boston. There's really everything here. And then on campus itself, the campus is constantly booming with activity. Whether you live on campus or off campus, there's events that are going to be hosted by by where you're living, but then as well on campus, we have so many speakers. It is MIT, and I think that's one of the things I underestimated. MIT is constantly bringing in people to come and speak to the students, and these are people from all over the world that are incredible, and we get the opportunity to sit and listen for free and to ask questions and to engage. And that's just another really cool point at MIT that, I didn't realize I was going to be able to get when I got here. And I've definitely taken advantage of that. And I would, if you get to come, I would definitely, recommend that you do that as well. But yeah, so life's been great here. Boston's fantastic. Yes, it's gotten cold, but we are enjoying the winter season and everything that, the winter brings. And you get used to the cold. If you're not used to it, it's fine. So,
it's beautiful, right? I mean, at least in my case, I'm Mexican, so I'm used to, not to see like the changes in the seasons. And here, as you just said, just to experience the fall, for instance, that's, oh my goodness,
great.
like see the red bushes, yellow trees, now the snow. I get to wear my coat. That's actually quite cool as well.
It is fun.
But this is also true. So let me just move on. To show also what are the reasons to choose this SCM residential program, and probably this also explains a lot the question that is here, the comparison between a 2-year MBA program. So the first thing is, of course, the time frame. So in this case, it's less than 1 year. So you can actually just step aside from your job for 1 year and get a very high level top education in the field of logistics and supply chain management, which is, as the way that we understand it, is a next step in how to manage operations in our companies. It includes, of course, strategic things, also operational things, but to have like a whole overview and an holistic perspective of an organization and the interaction of that organization with other organizations in the supply chain is what brings the competitive advantage. And that context is actually already an interesting differentiation compared to an MBA program. Now it's 1 year, and the reality is that the salaries are not just comparable, but at least in the last 4 years are actually higher, even with our in-house Sloan program. And it's nothing against them, right? We love it's a great program, but the reality is that we've been really successful in the last years, and also the students getting really incredible positions at top companies, as I just said before. And this is also something to consider in this analysis. What is your best option, either to go for the MBA or the SCM? Now, the other thing is that because this is a master's in supply chain management, we belong to the School of Engineering. And that makes the whole difference, because now you are a STEM student, therefore you get the opportunity to apply for the OPT. And this gives you the authorization, in case you're an international student, to work in the US up to 3 years. And this is, of course, something to also consider, when you're applying for this, for our program. Now we have a very small program. In terms of amount of students, 40 students plus per class. Actually, this year we got 44. Yeah, this is interesting. But these students are really talented, and now I will discuss a little bit about these talents, qualifications that you are looking for the program. So we are looking a lot for students that are leaders, right? Students that can drive change, that have also proven record of having experiences in which they have created impact either in their community or also in their companies. We require also students with quantitative skills, mainly because, as I said, this is a School of Engineering program. While it's not a Master of Science, still you are required to get fundamentals and statistics, mathematics, modeling, etc. Now, the students also have working experience. So we try to have a cohort in which students can really share, part of their experiences they've, had during their time after graduation. So we try not to get students that just completed the undergrad program and then jump. We try to, we have accepted applications. What we do is, but we defer if the student is extremely talented. But the idea is that the more years you have also, plus the MIT program, the SCM program, you get also better chances to have a better position, better jobs after graduation. Mm-hmm. Also, just to mention these 40 students, we have almost 20 countries represented just in 40 students. So imagine the experience, the cultural diversity, and all these learnings that this brings as well is super interesting, right? So usually we have approximately 50, a little bit less percent of women in the program. We also have, different states represented from the U.S. and also, as I said, different countries. So it's really a diverse cohort that makes it also interesting, challenging sometimes, but also helps everybody to grow.
It's great.
And maybe you can comment on this. How have you felt so far with this diversity? What would you say are the qualifications necessary?
Yeah, I mean, the group, I love my class. Our group is phenomenal. We have about 50% of the group is international, mm-hmm. and then the other 50% are coming from all over the United States. Mm-hmm. And that's just number one. Number two is everyone comes from working with different industries. Mm-hmm. So then you get to hear about everyone's different experiences across many different years, whether they've worked, with the military, whether they've worked for Amazon, whether they've worked for Tesla, whether they, either in procurement or in manufacturing or in the planning group or within a startup or within, the big corporate 500 companies. And so everyone comes from these, not only from all over the world with such different backgrounds and different experiences, but they're also coming with such different, vantage points of the supply chain in general, which makes our conversations really fruitful, really interesting, and we're constantly learning from each other. And it's amazing how different we are, but then how similar we are. So just going to, we're all here for a certain reason. We're all driven by wanting to learn. We're all driven by wanting to do more, and that's something we really all relate on. So that's something that really brings us all together, and we like to have fun and, but we definitely study. That's why we're here. We wouldn't have gotten in here had we not liked to study in some shape or form. So, those are definitely, I think, some things when I think about the class and, what everyone's made up of. It's just everyone comes here with a talent. Everyone's good at, problem solving and asking questions and wanting to do more. So I would say that's our class. It's been, we have a great class. I mean, I'm biased, but we have a great class.
It's great. No, I agree. No, it's super interesting. So we definitely, if you are a person that is looking for a program that is going to challenge you, right? That is going to require that you work very hard. But you also are required to share your experiences and also enjoy, bring your energy, your convictions to really make a difference and become a leader. Of course, this is your program. Yeah. So you should definitely apply. If you don't want to work very hard, you will never apply to MIT like that. Yeah. So you come to MIT because you really want to get like we say, the drinking from the fire hose. So there are so many things happening at MIT at this very moment, and you now, if you are a part of the program, now you are also experiencing these things, and this is part of what we want. You coming here to take full advantage of this experience, right?
So the next question is around the 10-month program versus a 2-year MBA program. This was something that I actually considered. I had always planned on getting my MBA, but then I was presented this program, and I really just loved what it was all about. So it's 1 year. I was working for 6 years, and the idea of taking 2 years off really didn't really feel right for me. Had I done that, it would have been part-time. Just taking 2 years full-time wasn't in my cards. That being said, I hear 1 year, and all of a sudden taking that full-time and being able to dedicate all my time to learning and growing became a feasible option. The other piece, I think, which, in comparison to getting an MBA, what I love to tell people is that I am focusing on business, because you come here and you're going to learn the business piece, for sure. But what's cool is you're going to learn the business with a focus on supply chain. So you're going to come away with this MBA equivalent degree with a technical focus on supply chain, where, that's where I want to build my careers in supply chain. But now I get to communicate that I have this business background as well as this technical focus. That sells really well. And that's something I'm proud of being able to say, and being able to have the knowledge of the supply chain specifically and the challenges, but being able to approach it from a business perspective, I think is a really cool thing. I didn't see any other program that offered that. So those, I think, are the really two points. I will say, though, that within 1 year, you're coming in. If you're looking to get a new job, you're going to come in, you're going to have help, and you're going to be recruiting immediately. So that is something, to consider, like come in ready to go. You definitely will have all the resources available to get the job that you're seeking, but that's something that does happen a lot faster in the 1 year program versus a 2 year. So.
Great points. You couldn't have said it better. Nice. So let me continue with the slides just to make sure we cover everything, because I see also some questions regarding the admissions requirements. So, the student experience.
Yeah, this is us. We went to Fenway. We went to a baseball game. We were playing, I think, the Twins for that game. And then another shot of some of our classmates there. They were in one of our classes. So we're constantly taking photos. We're constantly out and about. We're enjoying Boston, and we're enjoying classes. So.
Nice. Okay, so professional development. This is actually some of the things that you were just saying, Gabby. But just to mention a little bit. Of course, we have Len Morrison's office, which serves also job placement and career development. So you're gonna get support almost in everything, right? Resume, cover letter review. You're gonna be included also in the resume book, so that every time that we have companies approaching us and also our partners, recruiters, we will share all this information so that they can also reach out to you. We also have the Clifton Strengths Assessment tool, in which we make an assessment of the strengths of every student, and then we give some support and coaching and how to focus on those things that you do best, instead of trying to focus on the things that you don't and then try to improve, right? But this is something that is coming also with the package. We have a lot of information sessions, particularly in the fall. We have a lot, as just Gabby mentioned, you need to come ready to be interviewed, travel, and actually receive job offers. You get also all the full access to all the services of career advising, professional development, job posting, etc. So there is a lot of things related to this. And I guess, Gabby, you said it already. Just to give you an idea, this is some of the different positions, some of the typical recruiters that they come out every year, and this is where our alums are actually working. There are positions that go, as Gabby said, from topics related to manufacturing, to supply chain planning, to business, and really getting great companies, which is mainly the purpose, how you guys, once you finish the program, can actually create change, lead new initiatives, and be great people working for solving problems in humanity through the companies. Now the application process. This is now with the question. So this is how it is. Probably you already know about the GMAT and GRE. You mentioned to me you did GRE, correct?
I did the GRE.
Yeah, GRE. Yes. So the idea is you do this, you can apply almost with any score, because we do a comprehensive review of the admission process. But we are expecting that you guys will get at least the 75th percentile in both verbal and quantitative sections. Now, the other option, which is actually now the first one that we are including, is the S0X. This is the first course of the MicroMasters. And this course is fundamentals and like quantitative tools and techniques for supply chain management. So you learn here things related to statistics, mathematical modeling, regression analysis, everything related to supply chain management problems. And this is usually a tougher course because it's more quantitative driven, but it's honestly not really impossible. It's not. It's just the most technical course. So students that decide to take this course are not required to do GMAT GRE anymore if you get a minimum of 85%. So if you didn't get this one, then you need to give it another try, right? Because this is important. At the end, this is the fact that you are doing this course in which we know the type of problems we have, and also the videos, information. We probably know more about your skills by doing this than when you do the GMAT GRE at this point. Mm-hmm. That's why we're trying to encourage more students to go through this, because also getting this course done also serves you for once you are here, if you are admitted, right? Which is also the case. So you were also required to either audit this course or take this course, yes. Right? And that's it, right? So this is with that, I guess I answered the question. Yeah, I honestly don't know what is the
AWA, I'm not sure.
I have no idea what is the AWA score. So yeah, maybe if you can elaborate on that one, we may be able to respond. If we don't know it, we will send you an email and we can follow up on that. Again, also IELTS, TOEFL, mainly for the non-English speaking nations. We have also a minimum score of 100, and for the IELTS 7. Resume, this is something that you need also to apply, at least 2 years of working experience. But the reality is that if you have 3 at least, is even better. Right, 2 is really a stretch. If you really are looking for a boost in your career, having 1 year more makes a whole difference. Yeah. But 2 years is still, if you have this working experience already, you are thinking already in applying, you are totally eligible to apply. You submit also to your transcripts. So we also pay attention in this part, particularly for all the quantitative course as well. But of course, we also observe the period, right? If you took this 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 6 years ago, we always give you the benefit of the doubt, but it's important to see how you perform in general in normal courses, right? Mm-hmm. And this is important. This is also a predictor how good you're gonna do also in your classes here. Statement of objectives. So this is also an opportunity to show yourself, express yourself. What are you aiming for? What is the type of position you are looking for? Different things. And letters of recommendation. This is typical. If you can get one from the university and another from the job, that works. If not, that also works. Whatever works for you, as long as you're not putting your family members or having some conflict of interest there. And the video statement. This is also an opportunity to see how you communicate yourself in front of a camera, and to sense a little bit your presence, maybe a little bit of leadership, right? So you get a good sense of people. That's why we also ask for the video. So one thing that is important, don't read the script. I always say this in the webinars, and 70% will read the script. This is terrible news. So you open your computer and start reading and try to follow on this, and then we cannot get that sense of who you are. And thing is your opportunity. Just show yourself the same way that Gabby and I, we are here, talking and expressing with you. We try to be as transparent as possible, showing our personality, our character. Do the same. That's way better than just go and read something that is very well structured and organized. Usually that doesn't necessarily translate in the way that you communicate in this type of settings. Now, Gabby, would you like to say something about this? How was in your case application requirements, and would you like to make some recommendations?
Yeah, so I took the GRE. I was pressed for time, so that was the one that I went with. The SC0X, had I had time, I honestly probably would have done the SC0X, just because it's really useful and very applicable to what you're going to be doing. You're going to be using it when you're at MIT. When it came to everything else, the statement of objective, I think, is just really important, because that's really where you get to share why this program really interests you, and also your vision for the future. And that corresponds to your video statement. I did my videos. My husband actually filmed my video. we used our iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do it many times because I kept forgetting certain things, and normally some people can do it like in 1, 2, 3 times. It took me much more than that. My husband was an expert by the time we finished my video. But it is really important to be yourself. What's great is you can find videos online. There are some of us that have left it public. I think more so you can actually see them. I know that I benefited from watching other people's videos that had previously applied from other years. And so that's something, please go and look at those videos and see how comfortable people look. And, they're really this is really where you get to share your passion. I think that's something that the program really looks for is what are you really interested in getting from this? And so I like doing my video, even though it took forever. I did enjoy it. So.
Yes, no, great tips. And if you have any questions on this, do not hesitate to reach out.
Yeah.
We are always very happy to support you on this. All right, so we are almost done, and I want to make sure that we are on time, and at least we leave 5 minutes in case you have more questions. Let me just click here. Yes, and application tips. These similar things that we are saying. So we have also all the information about the video statement. But one of the key things here is what we said before: be yourself in the video. Avoid reading a script, and so talk, relax, be yourself, and that actually helps a lot. So what else? You can the attire, feel comfortable. As long as you are comfortable, that's totally fine. You can be very formal if that makes you feel better. You can be relaxed, whatever works for you. Like the dress smart. That's the way that we are also driven here. And that's it. As I said before, 2 years is the minimum of working experience, but between 3 to 7 is actually ideal for job placement. So keep that in mind as well. And reminders, application deadlines. We are now for the second round, January the 1st, and also that's in March 1st. These are the 2 next deadlines that we have for the application. So hopefully you'll feel excited to apply. If you have feelings that this is a program that is going to challenge you feel excited about the things that we have talked here in terms of the content and the experience, and you feel also inspired by the stories that Gabby has shared, this is definitely your program. So don't think too much. Just do it, and see what comes with the trial.
Yeah.
All right. So we look forward to receiving your application. If you have any questions, more questions, we have still 5 minutes. 6 minutes actually, and you can always go to our website scm.mit.edu to find much more information, and also reach out to me. It's my first name, JOSUE @mit.edu, or SCM @mit.edu as well. So we have a lot of email addresses, and you can always reach out through Google. We are very easy to find.
We have a question.
Yes, so let's go. Can you please elaborate about the analytical exam you mentioned earlier in the webinar? Absolutely. So, so the exam is mainly based on SCCRX. So you see the syllabus in the SCCRX. If you get a good grade there, this is expected that you're going to do great also in the other exam. Now, this exam, tries to, create a little bit of challenges, because you are going to do it now physically here. You're going to be seated with your classmates. It's going to be in I don't remember, it was in the first, second, or third week? Probably third week. Go ahead.
So you get here, and it's a jam-packed orientation. You get to be with it's 2 weeks where we're all together, and we're going over some leadership. We're going through some public speaking. We're also getting some crash courses on logistics and supply chain. And then on top of that, we're getting ready for this analytical exam. The exam really, it focuses on SCCRX, and that's really the material that we use to study for it. And it's also it's like the last day of orientation. So it's the second week, third week almost, that you take this exam. But you're sitting in the room with everybody, and it's your first test back at school. So it's also really used as a way to kind of get you back into this mindset of, hey, you're back in school and you're about to take exams again. So they format it in a way to make sure that you are prepared for that.
Yes, that says it. So yeah, before that, probably 3 years ago, we were having an orientation, also sessions in which researchers from the center, we will teach integer programming, linear programming, statistical analysis, simulation, etc. And then based on this content, the students will do an exam. So we decided to skip this because when we got the SC0X, the blended students in the past actually did only the course, completed the course, did the same exam, and got better results. So now the residential are required to do it, and it's actually the same content, but it's of course, you feel now a little bit of tension, which is normal, but the idea, of course, is not to make your life miserable, but instead trying to help you get, warm up for what is coming in the spring. But content is mainly what you're going to see in SC0X. So if you are already working on this for the application, even better.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so what is the work experience require? Are higher age and more experienced students discouraged from attending due to employment challenges? Not discouraged, definitely not. So everybody's welcome. There is no limit in terms of working experience. Definitely, it's important to set the expectations of what you are exactly looking out of the program. Mm-hmm. So it is because you want an MIT degree, it's because you are looking for a specific position. Those things are important in the decision of applying for the program. Usually what we see is that the residential program has probably an average age of, I will go for 29, something like that, yes, 29, 30, average, right? Average means there is a standard deviation. And if you don't know what I'm saying, that this is not your program. And the other is the blended. The blended actually has more senior students applying. Usually 5-6 years of working experience average in the residential. In the blended is around 11, the average working experience. So we've gotten also students more senior, but mainly because the driver there is, I want to experience the MIT community, I want to get a degree, right? While in this one is more like for, we have it quoted also in the website, usually people that are young in their careers that they want to boost it, right? But there is not at all discrimination, so whatever is your working experience, if you feel that this is a program that you like, just apply, and we will definitely give you full consideration for admission. Is there any other questions? So we have still 1 minute. If there is no time to answer, or you're just, we are speaking too fast, and then later you're coming up with new questions, feel free to reach out via email, and we are more than happy to cover. All right, so final thoughts, Gabby, that you would like to share?
Good luck. I mean, it's an amazing program. If you do have any questions, please follow up. I am an ambassador. So there's a few of us actually. So if you have questions, it will probably be one of us that will be getting back to you so we can talk through anything that you may be thinking. But best of luck with your application if this is the program you are considering, and we hope to hear from you.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you, Gabby, for joining. And thank you also to all of you for watching this video and also asking these questions. What is the email we can send questions to? Okay, that's the last one. I can actually respond that. So you can use this one. So I will write it here in the chat. Or you can also write to me.
I will say one thing is that sometimes the application process can be a little overwhelming. Try not to feel too overwhelmed. It can be a lot, but you get through it little by little, and before you know it, you're through it. So don't let the process hold you back. Good point. Good point. No, absolutely. No, we want to encourage you to apply. If you are already watching this could be an opportunity for you to experience something very special in which we all that are part of the program, both staff and students, are really passionate about it, and we love the program. And if you want to experience this, you have conviction, you want to create change, this is your program. So give it a try, apply, and that's it. Make change. So very happy to be here this morning, and enjoy the rest of the week. Bye. Bye. Oh, it's over here. Stop. Yes.